this video, we will be demonstrating how to open your new published CadNSDI with an existing MXD, which I have open on the screen. And the second half of this video will be bringing your data into a new map and saving it as a new MXD and importing your layer files into the Symbology. Both these tasks pretty much accomplish the same thing and require about the same amount of steps and procedures to accomplish getting your MXD like your previous CadNSDI. Okay, to get started here, I utilized my MXD from my previous CadNSDI. I went in and I actually went up here to File and said Save As, and I already saved it as my CadNSDI publish and today's date. I would recommend using a date, because then as you come through and you create new CadNSDIs, you can archive them per date based on how often you are going to be publishing, and will have a better way of tracking the sequence of your CadNSDIs. If you don't have a date, it may take a bit of investigating to figure out where or which CadNSDI it is that you actually want to open. This way you would know by date this is the latest published CadNSDI. Okay, when you do utilize the previous, if it's the first time from the CadNSDI that you started with produced, that was used for the parcel fabric, you will need to do other little symbology thing that I will demonstrate at this time. And this is in your table of contents, in your PLSS point. In the original CadNSDI, which you see on the screen and that I have opened, we have with the reliabilities. At this point in time, when you import or publish your CadNSDI, it does not bring any type of reliabilities. There are no reliabilities displayed in the parcel fabric. So we need to go in here and just do a minor change in our symbology. So we go to our PLS point, we right click, go to Properties, go to Symbology, and then we can go to Categories, and we can hang on here, single symbol. Actually, we want to go to Features, Single Symbol, and say Apply, and then say OK. This, all the points that you brought in or published from your parcel fabric, if they have been adjusted, will be at the new positions. You have changed it to a single symbol in your features, in your symbology. Once again, Properties, Symbology, Features, Single Symbol. And all I have to do is click Apply, OK, and then you have your PLSS points. You can change this symbol to be whatever you want. These are basic changes that you should already be familiar with in editing or changing your table of contents. Anyways, that's the first thing you need to do there. The next thing, before we start setting, what you have to do is you have to go into each layer and set your new source to your published CadNSDI. I would highly recommend already being in the vicinity of your published CadNSDI, which is just these two townships that we published right here, which is 26 North, 113, and 26 North, 112. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll go ahead and go to PLSS point, come back here, right click on it, go to our properties, go to source, set our data source, and then you want to drive to where your new published CadNSDI is. Right here is our published GDB, geodatabase. So we want to go there, and we want to go to cadastral reference. We say add, and then click on PLSS point, add, apply, and say OK. Now you noticed all the points disappeared for everything around our two townships. That's because the only source for points is within our new published CadNSDI, which is only the two townships. So this process is basically continues right on through with all your layers. I'll go to township, properties, source, set data source, and I'm already in the cadastral reference and I'm at township, so I click on township, I say add, apply, and OK. Now you notice all my township lines have just disappeared except for the two townships. You notice these are keep moving up to the new database that we published as we change the data source. We don't really have any conflicted areas, but we can still go in and whatever properties or data source, we can completely keep changing to these so that if we do get there, it will be within this CadNSDI. There won't be anything to show up here. So basically, you're just going to continue going through all of these, setting your data source. We're first division now. Now you notice all the first division disappeared. Our special surveys. All the special surveys disappeared except for in those townships. Second division. Second division. Here we go. PLSS intersected. There it is. Now our meandered water. And about the only thing left that you want to change the data source is your metadata at a glance. Okay, now here we have all of our CadNSDI layers strictly for our published CadNSDI that we just published. Now at this time we do not have any PLSS updated points. This is a carryover from data in Nevada. We can actually just click up here, right click, and just tell it to remove for these items that we don't have. Also, all these parcel dimensions, all the rest of this data down here could just be removed, as we don't have links. This is a hangover from the BLM office. So we can just remove. You can just continue to remove any extraneous stuff that you really don't need to work with. These were all links to these various feature classes and layers that we had at the Nevada office for the quad maps, ortho photos, 100K maps, 250K, and the 500K. So now we have just nice, clean table of contents for our new published CadNSDI. That's about it. As you can see, everything is there. Everything that we published from the CadNSDI. The intersected still is not the old traditional PLS intersected, but you do have a PLS intersected that you can work with. You have your second division. We can turn these on and off. I can turn off the intersected. I can turn off my points. And you can see that we basically have everything that we were required or need. Turned off my townships, turn it back on. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my second division back on for the time being. And that concludes this portion. Now when I come back into this video, I will be starting with a new map and demonstrating how to bring that new geodatabase or the cadastral reference into a new map, saving a new MXD, and when doing that, you will see a different table of contents, and I will demonstrate how to import your layer files to get a table of contents resembling what we see now. So until then.